clearly in error.
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought that was particularly nice. I'm like,
Speaking of
you
bank
fuckers
errors,
just gave my money away.
I just thought the other day there's
Oh, this looks like Monty Burns.
it kind of does, yeah.
Yeah, that's a good eye, man. Excellent.
Look, he even has a trap door for you to fall down.
You guys play the board game Monopoly?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've played
There was
that.
this card you could draw from one of the decks, and it said "bank error in your favor," and you could collect some money. And I just love the fact that the people who made the game just assumed that there would never be a person who would say, "Well, a bank error, I better give them the money back." You know, they just didn't think a single person would be so honest that they, or I guess that much into role playing that they would say, "Well, if it's an error, then it's not really my money. Here it is."
Uh,
No, nobody would even. No, nobody would say that.
Yeah.
No. I played Sociopoly, which is a version of it's meant. You twist the rules a bit to reflect actual society. So you've got one guy that starts off super rich, and every time he passes go, he gets a lot of money in a couple houses. And you've got another guy who's like upper middle class, slightly below that. Every time he passes go, stuff like that. And when you get to the bottom guy, every time he rolls doubles, he goes to jail. Uh, then when he passes go, he only collects like $50. You know, he's in abject poverty the whole game, which doesn't last too long for him because he's poor and he gets out pretty quickly.
I love how preachy the game of life was about this stuff. It's like,
Uh,
just go right in the job market and be an asshole, or go to college and have more choices and ultimately be in a better position. It's like, you know, I'd love to see like multiple paths. It's like, well, you could use the two paths that were available before, but with the DLC, now you can just develop a crack habit at a young age and just
yeah.
stand. Oh yeah, just stand in a court, stand on a street corner and just sling crystal or whatever, and then.
I wish they made you pay for college in creative ways like dancing and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. That's not. We could make our own.
Daddy's little stripper.
Yeah, we could make
Yeah.
our own board game, and then of course now you can just. Let's see. Go straight to the workforce. Go to college. Become a drug dealer, or and just have a separate Kickstarter path where you just start a bogus Kickstarter and just collect a bunch of money and live off it for the rest until you have to go like wait tables. Yeah, so the thing is like even the jobs that didn't require college were still like good jobs or jobs that were carried some respect. It wasn't. We could create a parody game of life that would have just a massive deck of potential jobs, and it's like, okay, you're a dog catcher, or you sweep floors, or
Yeah.
you're a
Or
fluffer for the porn industry.
we can just have a fry cook for every major fast food chain.
Yeah.
Trying to think of a good job. What about like a roadkill collector?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that's called
real
a game warden. I think.
No, they actually have
Could be
specific
wrong.
people that just go shovel shit off of a fucking
Yeah,
road.
yeah, it's
Usually
a
they
thing.
just throw it onto the side of the road.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They have to collect it. Well, you could have an Indian version of the game of life where you're born as a different caste, and it's like, okay, you rolled the caste that has to pick up shit with their bare hands. That was the thing about fucking Crusader Kings. The Crusader Kings taught me a lot about tolerance and not taking things for granted, because I played an Indian ruler and I really liked it. I just rolled a random. You remember we started out that game as a
Yeah.
multiplayer, and then I just went and made it my single player save file. And the problem was the fucking Indians were so prejudiced that I was in constant danger of rebellion because so many people didn't like me if I was the wrong caste, and there were so many caste prejudices. Right, there was one point where I had over 100 negative opinion, all from different forms of caste prejudice.
Yeah.
And if for those people who aren't familiar with the game, that's just absolutely disastrous. I mean, you're just, and I amazingly avoided a civil war, but Yeah, the problem is I liked foreign women too much.
No. Yeah, that'll do it.
And eventually I had heirs who were not kshatriyas, and that was a real problem. And then I married into the royal family of southern India, which was a Jainist empire, and they weren't kshatriyas, they were vaishyas, so then they didn't like them, and I ended up having to assassinate my own wife because she was low caste, so I could remarry a proper kshatriya woman. Yeah.
Good lord. Well, the India has that one, like it's a whore caste or something like that, where like families literally just basically sell one of their daughters off to be a whore
You
occasionally.
know what? Hey, class, do you remember when I showed you that RPG Against Humanity? That is
Yeah.
actually kind of like that, because it's like the game of life, because it's on this set path. You don't wander around.
Hmm.
Stabby, are you familiar with Cards Against Humanity?
I've heard it. Yeah, I think I've seen some play. I don't know actually played it.
I made an RPG out of it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, what you do is you move along, and events happen to you that are based off of shit that's in the cards, and you get to make choices. Like if you approach a vagina to another dimension, you can say, okay, don't go or go, and you can get party members like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Barack Obama, or and it's just like for every card that in the for every card in the Cards Against Humanity game, I made some kind of I made them into either a place, an item, or an event. And class played the beta a few times. I made one. I don't know. That'd be pretty. If that became popular, that might be what actually breaks us out. I'm trying. I have so many different, irons in the fire trying to get attention for the goddamn channel. That might be the thing that does it.
You could always just go straight like KKK racists.
Uh,
Put on a fucking white hood and just start making speeches. I'm sure you get a lot of views. I don't think it necessarily
People would be so
positive,
confused
but-
if, like your regular subs, if all of a sudden there was a video of you in a white hood, cursing the blackies and stuff, and then it just follows from all these gaming videos to all these white power videos.
Yeah.
That would be. I kind of want to read the comments on that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I really liked the Dark Souls, or I really liked the Corruption of Champions, but this
Yeah.
is a little weird for me, man.
When are you going to do more Dark Souls?
Never. The word dark is right there. We're never playing Darky Souls again.
But Minecraft should work.
Minecraft.
Oh,
I wonder,
man.
you see, we did those War Thunder vids and they got terrible ratings. I wonder if people found the vids and I titled them in German as a joke. I wonder, did they just think that they were German language videos and not click on them?
Could be.
Maybe. I mean, only half the titles were in German, or half the title was in German, so it would be like War Thunder playthrough, or did he even say anything like that? Like any
What was it?
English word?
On my original channel, I did some plays of a game called Paper Sorcerer, which was rather quite a bit of fun to play, and they just came out shitty videos because the volume was all fucked up.
Yeah.
But for some reason, most of my audience for that was in Germany.
Huh.
It was just weird. Like they would get like 10 or 15 views, and of that, like 90% of those views were German. Which made no sense because it was a tiny indie game that like nobody ever heard of.
Apparently they heard of it in Germany.
Apparently. Probably the only reason they watched me is because they couldn't hear me. Yeah, those people like PewDiePie that just do like all on their own. I don't know how people watch that because I can't. I don't understand.
Oh, I have a sister who that's like 90% of her day is watching. Besides school, she like comes home from school and watches Let's Plays. I don't get it.
See, I used to watch. I still watch Let's Plays from now. And when I first encountered Let's Plays, I had the reaction that a lot of people had, and I thought, why the fuck would you ever watch someone else play a goddamn game?
Oh no, I can watch Let's Plays. I watch Let's Plays
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time.
No,
I just
no,
don't like
I just-
solo Let's Plays.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
just
I,
don't like-
those.
Like, I just can't watch them over and over again and do it. I don't know. Like, if she hardly plays Minecraft at all. Like, she
but she
probably
watches
is.
other people play it.
Yeah, all the time, constantly.
Huh.
Yeah, I can watch groups. I just can't watch like.
Well, there's certain games like Dark Souls, for example. You can watch multiple people do Dark Souls because it's fun to watch other people fail at the parts where you failed, or to see, you know, who dies where, who struggles with what part. In the case of Minecraft, there are these great challenge maps created by Vex and Amlip and some other people. I mean, it's like Minecraft, but as difficult as Dark Souls.
That would be fun.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I did one of them. I have the first video of the Sea of Flame, but then I stopped that series. I still have the footage though. It will eventually go up, but I've made the decision to just do post commentary like we're doing right now, either you guys or Sarahan, because it's just, you know, I don't know how I can't just chat to myself for that long. It's like, so here you see I'm placing blocks, and I place a block here, then I go over here and I place another block. And here I place several blocks on top of each other. Now you see, and then I go to the chest, because the chest has more blocks that I need to place. As you see momentarily over here. There, wait for it. There you go. See, I'm placing the block. I mean, for fucking, you know, hours and hours when you take in, you know, 20-minute videos. I mean, it's just, there's no way I can just talk to myself for that long.
No,
Without
it would
without
get
it
really
just being
boring.
utter
Maybe if you
garbage.
did some kind of like ironic golf commentary.
I should do it like a Latin American soccer commentator.
Yeah, and he's taking a swing now.
Yeah, write it all out in
He's
Spanish.
addressing the creeper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I place the wool on the monument, I'll just yell, "Go!"
Yeah, I
Vamos,
found I
vamos,
just started to
vamos,
get to like
vamos.
really weird, pointless topics that were really only interesting to me. Like when I did Minecraft solo, trying to do solo Let's Plays in Minecraft. I'm not that entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even think I could do that long. I don't like hanging out with myself. I don't know. I'd end up like I'd end up boring myself to sleep and turning on music or something.
I just get too weird. My thought process when I'm not talking to other people gets to some really weird places.
Yeah, that too.
Like I'll just be sitting there and thinking of like, wouldn't it be funny to go and like burn all the roadside shrines down or something like that? You know, just
You know those nice memorials to people who died at a young age? Wouldn't it be nice to just tear them all up and burn them in front of their family members?
you know, that's where my brain goes. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I get it. I always have like invasive thoughts like, what if I just headbutt this person?
Oh God, yeah.
Like, would I knock them out? How would they respond?
Well, you're from self-description are kind of a little dude. I don't know if that's a really good idea. If
Yeah, I
you're
don't know.
under 190 pounds, you probably shouldn't headbutt at random. I'm just saying.
I've got a pretty solid head. I mean, I think I could really get into someone. At least enough so that I could make a clean getaway.
Just the shock value.
Yeah.
Like, I was just
Just
talking
like-
to a student in the grocery store, and he just slammed me with his head and ran.
Just like headbutt him, do a little leprechaun laugh, and jump and run away.
If you do that, could you video it? Because I want to see other kids try it. It'll be like that fucking milking
Headbutt
thing.
challenge. Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just, the number of every kind of mistake under the sun that I wouldn't make now.
Well, you said it's your first playthrough, right? So,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, a
this
lot
was
of
pretty
a lot of the new
decent.
people, they don't look anything up, and they don't know any better. They don't talk to NPCs. I mean, the NPCs actually give some really vital tips. Like, there are people who go into the catacombs, and there's these skeletons that you can't deal with, but there's an NPC that tells you how to deal with them. I mean, but nobody talks. Everyone just, it's so irritating. You're talking about Let's Plays. It's so irritating watching a Let's Play and they don't talk to the NPCs and they miss vital info. But so just from talking to people, I figured out how to, at least that I could upgrade shit. Because a lot of people run around with stuff that isn't upgraded at all, and then wonder why they struggle so much. But
Yeah.
now I could much more. Now, if I go back and play again, I know exactly where to go and who sells what and where to farm the chunks, so that I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff anymore. And when you deal more damage, so many of these things just become that much more manageable.
No, that makes sense. Any kind of game, the more damage you deal.
Yeah.
You just want to you just want to avoid becoming a glass cannon unless you are like the ultimate cannon.
Yeah. See, now I'm being okay with the shield. I got my shield up to plus 10, which is good. So I got some stability. I'm doing okay for my first time.
Yeah, I think what is the only mod I ever used on Minecraft was like just the one that gives the merchants more money.
Oh
Or
yeah.
not Minecraft, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Because their limited money just makes like selling loot just ridiculously take forever to do.
Well, I remember there were these merchants added to Oblivion with the DLC that their money would never run out. So then, right? I mean, it kind of made sense and added some believability that you had to sell to different merchants, different kinds of things at different rates. But yeah, it is convenient to just be able to dump all the stuff on one person.
Well, the only thing that bothered me about having to sell to different merchants was it gets to a certain point in the game where you're carrying such high value items that the people wouldn't have the money for it. But you don't need it, and you're like, well, but I want to buy a house, so I need to sell this thing.
Yeah.
And it's like it just takes so long and so much time to like sell your crap. Like you run all the merchants in Riften out of money. So then you got to go to like Solitude, and then all those merchants run out of money, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right, I've spent an hour selling shit. This is not a fun game. Or not a fun aspect of the game.
Oh, I actually liked that aspect when I first got into Elder Scrolls stuff. I'd go to some simple cave on some lame mission, and if there were humanoid enemies there, I would just drag them all to the front of the cave, and then take every last bit of armor and make multiple trips to the town. And by the time I finished the mission, they'd be like, okay, well, here's your leveled gold. Here's 100 gold you get for doing the mission. And I've made like 10,000 just from liquidating the shit that I stole. Because you kill one human enemy with a full suit of any kind of armor and weapons and ammunition. They're walking money bags. And then you kill some stupid monster who's much tougher, and it's like you can sell their gallbladder for just a few gold. It's pathetic.
Yep.